this week is all about International Firefighters Day celebration. And, every year we do commemorate this particular event with series of activities. I have in the studios very respectable personalities who are my guests, who are going to help us to digest into what is going to happen. And I promise you, you would be wowed by today's program. It will get to a point where we would also open the phone lines so that you can also send in your questions and your comments as well. Please do stick and stay with us. When we come back, I would introduce my guest and we'll start off with a discussion. Hello viewers, you are welcome back to Fire Service in Focus series. We are coming to you live from the studios B of the Fire Service TV. We are glad that you joined us. Please, if you don't have the TV set and you want to join us on our social media platform, you are at liberty to do so at GNFS Official on Facebook, X, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other handles to join us and then have a feel of today's program. Today we'll be looking at International Firefighters Day. It's a day that is set aside to celebrate and honor the memory of our fallen heroes and then also take stock. Those of us who are also alive and saving lives and safeguarding property, we also take stock and to see how best we can also do to improve upon the quality of service that is being rendered to our communities. And I'm happy this afternoon to have our very distinguished directors in our midst to help us do justice to today's topic. I have first on my immediate right our director responsible for rural fires, DCFO James Owusu Ejei. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you.
We also have our very own director of public relations in the person of ACFO 1 Timothy Osafo Efum. Sir, you are welcome.
My pleasure.
So we all know that this week happens to be a very important week in the history of our service, not just only in Ghana but global as well. And we'll be celebrating our fallen heroes. We'll be remembering their memory, what they stood for, what they did, and the ultimate sacrifice they paid. So I would want you to, first of all, let me start with Director of Rural Fires. You to help us to understand the history behind the International Firefighters Day celebration. What actually happened that has brought us this far?
All right. Thank you. And I'd like to thank the Chief Officer sincerely for giving us the opportunity to celebrate this important occasion. In fact, it's a week-long celebration, and we're supposed to have climaxed on 4th May, which is the International Firefighters Day. This day was instituted by one firefighter we call J.J. Edmondson, way back in Australia, where firefighters trying to quench bushfires were overwhelmed by the fire and they died. And so afterwards, he moved that they should be celebrated because they sacrificed their lives for others. And from that day on, we have had the celebration every year. And Ghana National Fire Service, as part of the International Fire Service body, we also do celebrate the International Firefighters Day.
Wow, so you heard it from the director himself, like five firefighters got overwhelmed by a bushfire they were trying to contain somewhere in Australia, and by so doing, by paying the ultimate price, a telegram or a text message was sent worldwide, and this day has come to stay. And those of us in Ghana, as part of the firefighting fraternity, would also have to commemorate, just to honor the memory of those who have fallen in line of duty. So that brings us to the short history that has brought about this celebration. So, sir, in our context, we've been celebrating the IFFD over the years. What is going to be unique about this year's celebration? Do you have any team? What culminated in choosing that team? If you can throw more light on that for us.
Yes, we in the chief officer, in his wisdom, always sets up a committee, and so we plan for the program for the celebration of the week. This year, our theme is the contribution of the firefighter to safety, national security, and sustainable development. Now, the committee chose this theme because over the years, firefighters contribute to sustainable development in the country. Fire causes a mess to our economy, and as much as 3% of our GDP is lost to fire. Therefore, we sacrifice our lives to save the economy. And so, without firefighters and the fact that we go out there to quench fires, more of the GDP would have been lost to fires. And so, we are a very important part of saving the economy. Also, we play the security role in the service, and as our mandate gives us, we are also the safety firefighters of the country. And that's why we were able to couch the theme for this year as the contribution of the firefighter to safety, national security, and sustainable development.
Wow. So viewers, you can truly bear with me that the firefighter stands a lot in doing a lot to save this economy. As earlier indicated, the gross domestic product, about 3%, is safeguarded from fires. In fact, the last time we were doing, per the last quarter's statistics that we had, fire service just saved properties worth over 30 million Ghana cedis. And this is huge. If you look at what we've been doing to salvage properties from the ravages of fire, it is no joke. So I'm not surprised that even for our vegetative cover alone, we are just saving 3%. So it means that the firefighter is doing a lot in terms of providing adequate safety. The much education that we've been doing for Ghanaians for the past 60 years has really gone to kind of bring the knowledge base of the citizenry up. By so doing, they are able to deal with small fires and all that. So I think we are also doing our very best to ensure that the citizenry are safeguarded from fires and other life-threatening emergencies. So let me move on briefly to ACF Wafum. Would you also assert to this fact that the firefighters have been saving a lot in terms of safeguarding the lives and properties of this country, as well as playing our role in ensuring that there is national security?
Well, thank you very much. I think when you look at our role in dealing with incidents of bushfires, now we all know what the weather is doing to all of us. You even go into your room and you cannot sleep. And so the contribution of the firefighter to sustainable development cannot be underestimated. If we don't prevent bushfires, a time will come that even in the night, no one can enter into his room and sleep. And so looking at what is happening, it is now very crucial to pay very close attention to the firefighter in ensuring that we maintain a balance between the environment and the human beings or lives that are in the world. In as much as if you also look at items that are lost to properties and life throughout the year, if you go back 10 years, we are talking about billions of property that are lost to fire and trillions that are saved by the firefighter. And so the contribution of the firefighter to this economy is very enormous, and it is time that we pay very close attention to the firefighter, provide them with what is required, and ensure that the firefighter also contributes to the sustainable development that we are looking for and to protect lives, property, as well as the economy.
Thank you very much, sir. Before I come back to DCFO Usweje, let me take the opportunity to re-echo the fact that if you are now joining us, you can follow us on our social media handles at GNFS Official on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram to follow our discussion. The WhatsApp line to send in your comments is 050-960-8744. I repeat, the WhatsApp line to send in your questions, your suggestions, and your comments so that we could address them appropriately is 050-960-8744. Please keep your comments coming. We will look at them and then address them if you are watching us from any of our social media platform. And today we are looking at International Firefighters Day celebration. It is an annual celebration that the Ghana National Fire Service, as part of the Global Fire Service Fraternity, also celebrate to honor the memory of our fallen heroes, and then also to chart a new course for those of us who are also alive, contributing to safety, security, and sustainable development, as our team for this year has made us know. So, DCFO, can you help us and take us through some of the activities that will be taking place? You've already indicated that this program is not going to be based here at the national level. It's going to be carried out in every region. I mean, 16 regions of our country. So, can you throw more light on what we are to expect on each day? Because we understand that this year's celebration period has some holidays and all that, and I believe Ghanaians will be happy to know what each day would bring to them so that they can fully participate in this year's event.
All right, thank you. Even before I come to that, I'd just like to add a little bit to what ACFOM said about our contribution to national development, sustainable development. We know we are all striving to bring the temperatures down worldwide to about 15 degrees. And so, just like he said, there's a need to preserve the ecology. There's a need to plant more trees. And so that's why we, as Fire Service, collaborate with other agencies to plant trees and also to preserve it by preventing bushfires and other fires from affecting the trees that we've planted. And so it is very important that we play that sustainable role. Coming to the activities lined up for the celebration of the program, today, we're starting today, and today we're creating the awareness just like we're doing now. And if you look at our chest, you see that we're all wearing blue and red ribbons. Now, this ribbon indicates or signifies that fire service, as an emergency service, we use water to quench fire, and so it's blue over red. So if you look at the ribbon, it's a blue and red ribbon, which is blue over red. Now, all over the country, we're also celebrating the day by displaying our banners. So if anybody is watching us from the other regions, I'm sure you would see that fire service has displayed banners indicating that we've started the celebration. So we are displaying our banners. We're also holding other radio programs in other stations across the country, and this is what we're doing for today.
Sir, before you go on, I overheard you mentioning the ribbon. What is the significance of the firefighter putting on the blue over red ribbon? What does the blue stand for? What does the red stand for? Maybe somebody may be watching us curious about this ribbon. If you can throw more light on it.
Yes, the ribbon stands for our mark as an emergency service. We use water to fight fire. We use water to quench fires. And water is signified as blue.
So the color of water is blue?
Is blue.
Okay.
Although it is colorless, in the emergency services, we say it's blue.
Okay.
And that also goes for our beacons. Blue beacons and red beacons. So water, which is blue, over fire, which we see as red. And so if you look at our ribbons, it's blue over red, not red over blue, because we're trying to quench fire. And so it's water over fire. And that's what we have on our chest as blue over red ribbons, signifying the emergency services as we use in our beacons and as the firefighting tool we use to quench fire.
Thank you, sir, for that enlightenment. So you can help us with the remaining program outline.
Right. So on the second day, we're doing exhibition at the various regions. Now, we're exhibiting everything that we use in working, from our firefighting tools to our working uniforms to the videos of our firefighting and all other things that you can think of as a tool we use in Ghana National Fire Service. So if you go to any of our stations, we will display our appliances, which we call the fire trucks, all the forms. We have the hydraulic platform, we have the fire tenders, and a lot more. We'll also be displaying the equipment that we use in fighting the fire, which is also in the fire tenders or in the fire stations. We'll be also displaying our uniforms. We have various uniforms, and they will be displaying, and we'll also be telling you how we use them. Our combat boots, documentaries, videos, picture boards, and anything that we use to fight fire or for our emergency service.
So before you go on, I would like to read some few comments on social media. Those of our viewers who've joined us there, whilst you take a breather, and then afterwards you help us to go into the day-to-day activities that we'll be embarking on to commemorate the IFFD. So this one is from Jamal Dean, Angela Entry, and 10 other people. They said they are watching us live on Facebook. We thank you. We appreciate you for joining us on Facebook. Portia Dede Abaite says good afternoon. Portia, good afternoon. He says you are doing so well. We thank you for joining us. And this one is also from Princess Swansea Queen. She says big ups to the PR and media team. And then Portia again says that kudos to you all. Then we also have Pascal also saying shout out to the PR team. Wayuka says that may the souls of all fallen heroes rest in peace. They are the real heroes for putting their lives on the line to save lives and property. Hatim Salau, and then Swansea Kane, and then a couple of others are joining us and watching us live on social media. Please, if you are now tuning in, this is Fire Service in Focus series, coming to you live from the Studios B of the Ghana National Fire Service headquarters. And today we are privileged to have in our midst our Director of Rural Fires, the person of DCFO James Osua J, and the Director of Public Relations Timothy Osafo from ACFO 1, helping us to digest what is cooking for this year's celebration. It is not going to happen just at the national level, but it's happening today. It is starting from today with public awareness creation on the celebration. And then there are sensitization programs all over the media space across the country, and that is trying to make known this particular event to every member of this country. So please, if you hear our people talking about the IFFD, it is simply an honor or occasion or an event that is marked to remember our fallen heroes. Quite recently, you saw some of our men got trapped under some rubbles when they were trying to fight fire. The building collapsed on them, and they got seriously injured. So, production team, if you can help us with a documentary that talks about or that shows the plight of some of our members who got seriously injured, and now they have to live with the pain and with the injuries, the scars. And this is how far some of our men have sacrificed their lives. So those of our people who have fallen or who've been to be with their maker, we say, may your souls rest in perfect peace. And those of us
years that we are wearing,
we are also prepared. So I think the video is ready. Let's go and watch it. When we come back, director will continue with the program lineup.
On fire. I have to be tearing my dresses off. They started rolling on the ground so that I may put the fire off. So after that, then one doctor came and said I should talk late for him to hear. And the doctor said, my voice has started, but if they keep me here for 2 hours, I'll die. So they have to make provision, fly me to the nearest ICU center. So after 5 days before I realized, where am I? I'm at the hospital. Where is he? They say, oh no, this is what happened to you. I stayed there. They started doing the peeling of the blisters and other, because I had multiple bends. Almost about 50% of my body bent. I bent my face, my back, my limbs, my... the lucky I made is that I couldn't get the bend in area where my tummy is, like it should be worse. I received treatment over there for 93 days in ICU. Intensive care. I was hanged both my legs and I couldn't lie at my back, because when you lie on the saw too, it doesn't heal. Honestly speaking, it is not easy. Sometimes you go to the dressing check and you tell the person, Master, please go. Because what you are feeling in your body, the kind of painkillers, the drugs that they've been giving you to, it's not small drug. I've been taking, they've been giving tramadol and morphine. Then diclofenac 70. Pectin 100. Before I can do my dressing from 8, they finish sometime 2 p.m. They took another part of my entire ear. Now my ear has been built to my skull, so they are now going to remove the ear from the skull. Now they will be doing implant that will let the hair also grow.
In the process of laying the length of hose, me hose our appliance me kole na ASU Samsung. G hose ne say another one embra. Nti me di hose ne mana me tiny say another one aban. Me dam me china me say sound be boom me chi. Dia me hu ya ne say from bia abom. It moved me from baby me gine eko somewhere where the car is like a bomb. Into me when the crowd up, then I heard a lot of people shouting the Raddy Jimmy. The bomb into me to her na me share na your duty driver no so at the former I'm say Sadia me so macro akane so ya crown na me ha say how if you na HDM me the main cobio ya ya ne de wu cry me remember say you could do hospital hono blisters in the form we no mo be fire and one after the other okwa na mo de ghost I think say Savlon no mo de afa uba wa ukru nenu nia. So then you see say the first layer no eko na ka white, it was too much.
Tanka explode you know osuna esevu manimunti mi pie na me sanu mi no de ahia ma tale no tene mom ma chi no de na me hye na you be on inside me overall inside ma shinti mi samienu na mano na eshi sa na ka bia mfa road no so nti afia kwanta hesi na che say the more the dead bodies are covered bi na obefa road no so na omsisa egum di ekwa afia kwanta.
With the injuries scarred for life, they tell us that their deformity affects families, as some family members had to quit their jobs to take them. The news team spoke to a wife and a mother of 2 victims in the Gumko gas explosion.
Obenu nsu ajo ofre ne ntini ba no so omo kire se 3 days bia wo se ye ba ho ne be dress ikuru no ti ampara 3 days ni eko 3 days eko ni eko dress ikuru no no mu wi a su obi so koma ne so kakra akra no di napi nti ya fa bi mu mi kura kire ne nsa 6 months.
Welcome back, viewers. We all saw the video that was shown. I mean, the plight of the firefighter in that video leaves much to be desired. This is the price that firefighters have committed themselves into paying. Sometimes you tell your family you are going to work, and the next moment, the next call that comes, I mean, is so aggravating that people don't have to go through all this kind of pain. People have to take high dosage of painkillers just to be able to survive. It's all because of risking our lives to save you and your properties. So, ACF Wafum, this comes to the fore that as a service, we have to do a lot to cater for the welfare of our firefighters. What is management doing to be able to secure the ordinary professional firefighter an insurance package to be able to deal with such situation? Because we listen to some of the family members, the financial burden that they had to go through, the trauma, some even have to quit their job to be able to take care of these injured firefighters. What is management doing, sir?
Thank you very much. I think it is incumbent on the state to ensure that firefighters have insurance, requisite insurance, because of the risky nature of the job. However, we don't have it that way. And so what is in there for every fighter and for every government worker in Ghana is what we call the compensation for women's compensation. And that one, because of the risky nature, it comes long after you have recovered. That is, the doctor must write a report on you indicating the percentage of damage that was caused to your body. And that is not suitable for this particular job that we are doing. Because when you are bent or when you are critically injured, you need the money here and there to take care of yourself. And so what is needed for the firefighter is a special insurance package from the state to every firefighter. However, because the state has not done this for us, management on its own has come up with an insurance policy where each firefighter contributes to his own insurance. So the salary that government pays you is what we take part to be the insurance policy for all of us, so that if you are injured in the line of duty, then we can fall on this insurance package to take care of us. But under normal circumstances, it is not for me or for you or for any firefighter to take care of himself, because we are working for the state. And it is the responsibility of the state to cater for the firefighter when he is critically injured. And so I'll use this opportunity to once again appeal to government and to individuals who can to come in to support the firefighter with an insurance policy that can take very good care of the firefighter. You see, with the firefighter, because of the risky nature, if you don't even get hurt in the line of duty, and if you don't die whilst in service, and you go home with sickness. And so the firefighter don't go home and relax and enjoy like other workers do. The firefighter always go home with diseases and sicknesses for life that you have to take care of yourself when you go home. And so what management has put in place is good. At least it will take care of the firefighter. But what we need is a comprehensive insurance policy from the state. Because what we are doing will not be able to cater for every need of the firefighter when the need arises.
Thank you so much, sir. I believe you have seen for yourself and you have heard for yourself that the responsibility lies with the state to provide a dedicated insurance for the service. Now that we don't have that and you are aware now, kindly do some advocacy so that the welfare of the firefighter is brought to the fore. Because if the firefighter is well taken care of, then it is also incumbent on him or her to be able to give all of his or her best in saving your lives and safeguarding your property. So if you are a journalist, if you are a Ghanaian, if you have the fire service at heart, nothing prevents you from also letting your voice known to the government. If you are also a philanthropist or any individual who has the wherewithal in terms of financial muscle to also help, why not? This is the time. Our people need your support. Support Ghana National Fire Service so that we can also serve you better. We will go for a quick break, but before we do that, let me take the opportunity to announce our phone lines. It is 050 960 877 050 960 8744. I take it once more. 050 960 8744. Please, we will open the phone lines at the appropriate time after the break. When we come, we would continue with our discussion. John Abuaje, Opim Swana na Kwabna Domfe, Jiabuo, Peter Badu, Kunedu Apau, Agbanyo Romeo, Kunedu Apau, Tete Okwas, Okwapa, Asko, David Manson, Abu Yusuf, Dan Cobb, Kofi Osei Bonsu, and a host of others. We thank you so much for joining us. Peter Bedu says that kudos, you are doing a great job. Thank you, Bedu, for reaching out to us. Titus Ofori Akon says that very educative, proud of the directors and our PRD. We thank you for joining us. Princess Swansea Queen also says that the untold stories of the firefighting, Ampa, that is also a good one. Carl Hadoglu Jr. De Ben. I hope I did not butcher your name. He says you do all. So thank you very much. When we come back, Director Rural Fires will continue to let us understand what the celebration is all about in terms of the program outlined from Tuesday up to the last very day. Please do not go anywhere. Stick and stay with us whilst we take this short break.
Epictetus once upon a time said, that has happened that matters, but the interpretation of what that we place on what has happened that matters happening to us. The world is throwing a lot of things to us. The question is, how are we dealing with negative tendencies. Now, there's also sometimes you need to know which way to go so that we can live life to friends. It is as a result of these things that happen to us in the world that all of us to make time with your counselor, on the time with the counselor, Reverend D.O.2 I. General of Ghana National Fire Service on Fire 74. More insights how to build resilience against the onslaught of our time. Thank you.
Welcome, viewers. We thank you for staying with us. Those of you who are watching us live from the Studios B, we are coming to you live from the Fire Service TV studios. We appreciate you for staying with us. I believe that today's discussion has been very emotional at some point, and we hope that by the end of this year's IFFD celebration, you would come to terms with what we do, and therefore will culminate into the kind of support, the positive support you would want to give the Ghana National Fire Service to be able to serve you better. Before we left for the break, Director of Rural Fires, DCFO James Owusu-Adjei, was taking us through the program line-out. I would like him to continue and to let us understand what each day entails in terms of the celebration. So, sir.
Right. Thank you. We did that for Monday and Tuesday. Now, on Wednesday, which is the May Day, we are also doing games with our security services and fire volunteers. Then on Thursday, we still continue with creation of the awareness. Then we'll do a float and a route march through the principal streets of Accra and the other regions. So that's what we'll do on Thursday. We would also emphasize on the theme for the occasion throughout the whole of the country.
So
that will be for Thursday.
Okay.
Now, we are doing the climax for Friday. Like I said, the 4th, which is the day for the celebration, falls on a Saturday, and we have pulled it up to Friday. So we are climaxing on Friday. Now, on Friday, what we're doing is we will lay coins. In fire service, we don't lay wreath. We lay coins for our fallen heroes. So we'll lay coins for our fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives and they have left us. We will also present awards to deserving officers. We will also blow our siren at 12 o'clock, which we call the sound off. These are some of the things that we'll do on Friday. Now, let me come back to Thursday, which is the exhibition day. Please, like I said, our doors are open. Come to our premises and see for yourself what we do. I would also like to solicit your support, your help. This is the time to say thank you to the firefighter. You can walk in and, as a philanthropist, whatever it is that you want to give to the firefighter, please do come to our premises and then donate to us. We would appreciate that. So on Friday, where we climax activities, we'll have speeches from our Chief Fire Officer, guests of honor, the regional commanders, and all other invitees that will invite for the occasion. So this is basically the program lineup for the celebration of International Firefighters Day.
Thank you very much, sir. So viewers, as you are all aware, the 4th falls on Saturday, but it has been brought to the Friday, which is the 3rd. And some of the major activities are going to be the laying of coins to signify the memory of our fallen heroes. And then also there will be a lot of invited guests who would be in our fold across the length and breadth of the country to witness the climax of the celebration. And then also at 12, exactly 12 midday, there's going to be what we call sound off, which signifies the particular moment where we're going to honor the memory of our fallen heroes. That is very significant, and we want you to be part of that celebration. When it gets to 12, we'll all be upstanding, the sirens will go, and then we will observe that 1 minute silent in the memory or in honor of the memory of our fallen heroes. So it is a sight to behold, and therefore I take the opportunity to invite you to our fold. Wherever you are, the regional outfit, the district outfit, you can visit them and try and say thank you. If you don't have anything for the firefighter, for the many years of your insults, for this particular day, that is the 3rd of May, just visit any fire stations closer to you and just offer them a handshake and tell them that, Ayiko, we have seen your plight, what you go through to keep our community safe, to keep our lives and our property safe, and then say Ayiko to them. Very important. So we will expect you to visit us on that particular day. The phone lines are now active. It is 050 960 8744. So you can now call in. You can call in, let us know your questions, and we'll be glad to assist you. You can also send in your comments if you are watching us on any of our socials, X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all the other handles. You can also send in your comments, and we'll read them and then address them for you. So let me quickly come to ACFO 1, Timothy Osafo Efum, and then find out from him, now that we are gearing up for the rainy season, though the heat is unbearable, we are experiencing fires all around us, but very soon the heavy rains would also come. What is the state of fire appliances in the service? What is management doing to make sure that the fire appliances, the briefing apparatus, and all the other ancillary equipment that the firefighter needs to be able to deliver on its mandate of safeguarding lives and property, what are they doing to ensure that they are ready?
Right. Thank you very much. The
Sir,
main weapon.
Sir, not to cut you, I learned there is a caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to Fire Service TV.
Thank you. My name is Daniel, calling from Medina.
Okay, Daniel, let's hear you.
Please, I have 2 questions to ask.
Okay.
My first question is about when is fire service forms coming out? And then my second question is, it looks like we have various security services who encourage like the youth to perform a cadet in the various secondary schools. And it looks like fire service, I haven't seen something like that before. When you go to the various secondary schools, you see immigration service, you see military, police and stuff. They like encouraging their youth to partake in certain activities so that before they will grow and then become some people in future, you see that they have that kind of job in passion. But fire service actually have monitored all around and did not see any kind of action going on. And that's one of my second. So how is Ghana National Fire Service putting this thing on their table?
All right. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. That is the first question is you want to know whether the forms, the application form are ready. And then the second one is the fire service cadets in schools. That is what you want to know. So we will address your concerns for us. But before we do that, sir, I asked you about the state of our equipment.
So, like I said initially, the equipment is the main weapon of the firefighter. And then coupled with water, that is what we mainly use for our job. To be frank with you, we have the equipment, the appliances are there, just that they are old and therefore are breaking down frequently. But management is also not sitting down. Management ensures that once this equipment breaks down, they are quickly worked on. If you go to any fire station that is without a fire or whose fire appliance is broken down for some time, it means the part for fixing it is not in town and therefore we are importing. And that is how come you see the appliance there. In as much as the equipment is old, management is also trying very hard to ensure that anytime they are down, they are brought back into commission. And therefore, the assurance to the public is that, yes, we ourselves, we know our equipments are old, but we are not sitting down. Once they break down, we quickly fix them and they are back into commission so that we can protect you.
So, sir, should Ghanaians be rest assured that when they call you for any fire and related emergencies, you will be there to save their lives and properties?
Of course, that is the reason why we are paid. And that is also the reason why management is not sitting down to say that the equipments are old. And therefore, as soon as they break down, they are quickly fixed for us to help you, the citizenry, for whose taxes we are paid. And therefore, be rest assured that when you call us, we'll quickly rush in to support you. What may happen is that maybe because the equipments are old and they break down frequently, within your catchment area, the fire tender there may be down on a particular day. But that does not mean we will not come. We'll have to call on another station to step in. And so when it happens like that, it may delay a bit. And so when you call and the fire service arrives maybe late according to your timing, it is not your responsibility to attack them. It is for you rather to sympathize with them because they travel long distances to come and support you. We will not sit down and say, because the equipment is broken down, we will not come to your aid. Whatever it takes for us to come to your aid, we will do so. And so when we come and we arrive according to your estimate late, please just encourage your firefighters and they are there, they will support you.
Well, viewers, it is not your responsibility to attack any firefighter. Already, you are going through a lot to bring the services of their life-saving services to your doorstep. So please, when it happens, just call them promptly and they will also respond swiftly. Please do call them as early as possible so that in case your area has not gotten any functional tender, the nearest available fire station or tender would respond and would be at your service. So please take note, do not assault any firefighter. The telephone number is still 050-960-8744. You can now call in and then let us have your questions and we'll be glad to assist you. Doris Bayo, Nana Ajua Reta, Kwabena Asiedu, Father, Esther Kabite, Joseph Okwan, Derek Kwabena Adey, John Abuaje, Jamal Dean, Sandy Bank, Portia Dede, Abayete, Joseph Buakai, Richmond Ousu Ejapon, Ibrahim, Babangida, and then De Latte, Portia Dede, Abayete, IB Anas, Nana Y, Zelos, Portia Dede, Abayete again, Mark Asula, Rose Kane, Mark Asula, Efriye Mercy, and a host of others are watching us live on our socials. We thank you so much for joining. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Welcome to Fire Service in Focus series.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I have a particular issue that I wanted to
Please, your name.
No. Yes, sir. I'm Abdul Rahman. I'm calling from Medina.
Okay, Abdul Rahman.
Yes. The issue is, I don't know why maybe the vehicle will move to the sea, but they will say there's no water. Why is it the vehicle will move without water? Why is the vehicle going there for? Because I understand you guys use water to quench fire, but the vehicle will move to the sea, but no fire. So I just wonder why it's so. That should be clear for me.
All right. So your question is basically no water syndrome in the fire tender. All right. Thank you so much.
The tender will move to the place that there's no water in the vehicle.
All right. We'll address your question for you. Thank you for joining us. So ACF Wafum. So the first question is Ghana National Fire Service recruiting? Are the forms out? And then the second question is, why is it that you move an appliance to a fire scene without water?
Right, let me take the first question first. We are not recruiting, and I repeat, we are not recruiting. If we are ready, we'll publicize or advertise for people to apply. First and foremost, we advertise in the national dailies, that is Daily Graphic and the Ghanaian Times. That is where we advertise. We also put the same copy on our website, www.gnfs.gov.gh, for you to know that we are recruiting. Then we also place a copy on our Facebook page for those of us watching us from our Facebook page. That is where we are going to post it, and other social media handles. And so once we are ready, it will be published for everybody who is interested to come on board. It is not, we are not going to hide anything from anybody. If you qualify, you qualify. If you don't, you don't. The second question that has to do with the issue of attending to an incident without water. I have always been asking my media friends who pose this question to me. That's supposing you are a firefighter, you have not gone to training, and we give you a fire tender. Would you just respond to an incident without water in the tender? And none of them has been able to tell me, yes, they will do so. And so if you, who has not been trained, you will not move a fire tender to an incident scene without water, how do you think that the firefighter who has been professionally trained to use the fire tender will move to an incident scene without water? It never happens. What usually happens is that we have varieties of fire tenders, and some of them, the capacity of the water is very small, and so at high capacity it may take between 2 minutes and 5 minutes for the water to be exhausted. And this is what the public see, and they conclude that, oh, fire service, they came without water. Already there is that perception out there that we attend incidents without fire. And so once they see the fire tender moving back to go and look for water, within the next 5 minutes, they conclude that, we said it, they came without water. But it has never occurred, and it will never occur. Let me tell you something. We have what we call handing over and taking over. When, you see, we run shift system. And so when one shift closes and another shift comes in, the new shift that is coming to take over ensures that all the equipment on board the fire tender are in working order. If they are not in working order, they are recorded. And so they also check the water level in the fire tender to ensure that there is adequate water in the fire tender for the next emergency call. Because if you don't do that and you are found wanting, we can go as far as dismissing you. And so nobody wants to be dismissed. And so I can reassure you, public, that there is no fire tender that moves to an incident scene without water.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope viewers, this question has been addressed. I think this will be about the 7th time that we have addressed this question here. It can never happen, and it will not happen ever in the service. Even I want to throw this challenge to you. If you really want to find out if The tenders at our various stations have water. Go there at any particular time of your choice and then ask for permission to observe the water level. And they will gladly assist you to kind of satisfy your curiosity. It doesn't happen and it cannot happen. Sir, what is the service also doing to kind of catch the school pupils, especially the basic and then the senior high schools, in terms of getting them registered on the fire service cadet system?
Right. I think before I go there, let me add that if you want to join the fire service as a recruit, please do not go through a third person. The fire service has no consultants in recruiting people into the fire service. If you go and pay any money to any person or group of people, you are doing so at your own risk. And so please do not, and I repeat, do not part any money to anyone offering to assist you, and therefore you are supposed to pay some money. No, the person cannot assist you in any way. Now, to the substantive question of ensuring that we have fire cadets in the schools. Yes, I should and I must admit that in recent times we have not been forthcoming when it comes to cadet training. We used to have them in most of our schools. We are resuscitating this project by ensuring that we get them right from the primary schools to the JSS and to the senior to the tertiary institutions. And so be rest assured that we will rekindle this particular aspect of cadet training, school cadets, so that we will imbibe the safety in the children before they grow.
Thank you, sir, for letting us know that you have plans to inculcate the fire safety into our school pupils through the cadet system. I don't know if you have any plans towards the upcoming rainy season. We know that now that the weather is giving us a lot of signs that we are not in normal times, because by now we should have a lot of rains, but we are having a lot of heat. So it means that when the rains also start, we are going to have some torrents all over the place. Is the service prepared for the coming rainy season? Do you have adequate resources? Are your men trained? How many divers have you trained to help rescue or your rescue efforts, sir?
Right. So when it comes to adequate resources, I don't think there is any institution in Ghana that is adequately resourced. However, with the little that we have and with the capacity building of our firefighters, we are sure to be up to task when the situation arises. As I speak to you, we have mapped out all the dangerous areas when it comes to flood throughout the country. And so once it rains, we will not even be sitting down. We will send men around these areas to observe what is happening so that we can quickly move in when the need arises. So Ghanaians should be rest assured that in spite of our inadequate resources, we are capable and will be handling flood should they happen in the coming season.
Thank you so much, sir. So let me take the final words of Director Rural Fires. So in respect to the IFFD celebrations, what should the ordinary Ghanaian expect? Are they invited in the first place? And then what should be the expectation?
Thank you. We are inviting this is the time that we are inviting the public to our stations, to our various offices, to probe, to thank us, to inquire. Anything that you want, like someone asked whether we have water in our tenders, come and see for yourself what we have. Come and feel all the equipment that we use If you are interested to become a firefighter, come and have a first-hand experience. So we're inviting you to come over to our premises. It's an open day so that you interact with us. You commend us. You shake our hands. You pat us on the back. And then we also feel that the sacrifices that we are given are appreciated. So everybody is invited to our doors. And we promise that this year's celebration will be a very good one.
Thank you very much. Viewers, you heard from the horse's own mouth. This year's IFFD celebration is going to be a unique and a wonderful one. So please do come. We are not demanding so much from you. Just come and say thank you. If you have interest in building any career in the firefighting fraternity, this is the time to approach us and then learn a lot from our service delivery and then the equipment that will be displayed. ACF Wafum, your final words.
I'll add to what Director Rural Fires has said. This is the time for you, the citizenry, to also go to the fire station and just say thank you to the firefighter for all the sacrifices that he has made towards your safety in your locality. They do not need anything from you. All that they want from you is saying thank you for your services. But if you are also a philanthropist and you can do something to help your local fire station, please, this is the time to do so. Go and appreciate the firefighter because they have sacrificed a lot for all of us. Because when we sleep, we sleep. When something happens, even without calling, we come and blame them that, oh, they didn't come on time. Meanwhile, you did not call them on time. So please, for once, just get to your local fire station, say thank you to all of them, and you see the marvelous work that they will do for you from now onwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We have Hatim Salau saying, may Allah bless you for your good work. Obeng Ejapon is also asking, when is the fire service forms coming out? Oh, Obeng Ejapon, I think you are late. We've answered this question. We are not recruiting. And when we are ready, it will be publicized in the daily papers. Portia Dede Abai, God bless you all for the program. God bless you too. Titus Oforiaku says, very educative, proud of the directors and our PRD. Viewers, I believe today's program has been very insightful, and we thank you so much for joining and sticking throughout the program. We want to assure you that notwithstanding our challenges as a service, we are poised to come to your aid anytime you beckon us, you call us, so that we will save and safeguard your property. If you are an MP, you are a politician or highly placed individual, and you didn't do anything for your local fire station during the Xmas, during the last recently held Easter festivities, and this is an opportune time for you to visit them and make them happy. Just say Ayiko to them, and you'll be sure of their wonderful service. Thank you for staying with us for today's edition. We know that this program has been designed with you in mind, and therefore every Monday between the hours of 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. do not go anywhere. Just put your dial on the Fire Service TV. Come advert us and you will never regret it. Thank you for joining us today. I am DO3 Desmond Aka.
Of cigarette is after smoking. For protecting our properties, fire service for
the 191 pen and minimum modernity.
And the very low
902 and
902.
192
112.
Oh, no.
Oh,